but I have to pay. You know, like that mindset is something that I just can't seem to break. It seems like this chain link that has been bound to me ever since I became an adult, to where I actually had to pay bills or I had to pay something. Like my life depended on whether I could pay this. Like it's external. Like my life is not in my hands. That regardless if I even try to live, this is just gonna keep on trying to kill me. Like, you better pay this. You have to do this. Otherwise, your life is gonna train wreck, or it's gonna become harder and harder and harder and harder for you to get to whatever you really wanted to do. So it's like, hey, I'm more important than whatever you want to do with your life. So, pay up. So, I have to pay. Now, paying for your life seems like it's putting this value on your life. Like, in order for me to continue living as I am, I must pay this. Even though I feel like I shouldn't need to pay for who I am because I already am, you know? And that's just capitalism, I know. But I'm just wondering, what would happen, say, if you had the positioning where housing was not an issue? Like, you didn't have to pay for living, you know? Like, water is free, housing free, and if and with everything being solar, like adding a new wave of housing with solar, you won't have to worry about electricity. So you got electricity, water, and housing covered. That's basic necessities of life. Now there's no worries of mortgage bills, or and if everything goes into a standard system where you get an allowance or whatever for life, like, okay, you get this set amount, this is normal, and that covers your car expenses, that covers, the repairs, like small repairs, like oil change, tire rotation, whatever the case. um Otherwise, I mean, if you live in a city where, or like a region where you don't need like actual mobile transportation like that, then you could probably pocket that cash. But the only reason it seems like this idea of life is so far-fetched and so like out of reach is because of the literal just slavery you're in. Like, you can't break it. Like, lease agreements, contracts, like there's no freeness. I mean, this commitment teaches us commitment, but as beings, as human beings, we're only committed to the moment. You know, like, I don't know what's gonna happen 30 seconds from now. I don't know really what happened 30 seconds ago, not gonna lie. But I'm here right now and I'm making this video. You know, um, I think that the biggest thing for like youth in general is just trying to survive, especially just on our own. Like, having our own place, having our own car so that we can drive around, having food so that way we can eat and like still have time to enjoy the fact that we are in our youth. Like, can a person live? But no, you can't. You can't live however you want for however long you want. There is a time limitation because you have to go to work. You have to pay bills. You have to do all of these things that honestly shouldn't be this much, if not free. But it's because you wanted to live in the upper areas of the city, or you wanted to live in this state and around these people, and you want to go to college here or whatever. Like, they'll say all these because it's just to justify the fact that you're getting overpriced, because that's capitalism. Like, you buy low, sell high, Right now they're selling life at like 1,700 a pop, plus all sorts of fees, man. Um, I shouldn't laugh because that's still a reality right now, but still true. Um, I feel like a lot of people wouldn't know what to do next because this whole drive, this whole lifestyle, this whole culture is about like making money. Gotta make money. Gotta have it. Gotta have it. Gotta have it. But when you have everything that you need, you have this surplus of money. What now? Like you have everything you need. You're around good people. Like there's no real urge for anything. And if you wanted to spend, you could spend like I don't know, 20 grand in a year on like external expenses. You'd be perfectly fine. But you have like $800,000 just sitting there. When does that become like too much? Like just gluttony. It's just I'm just doing it because I can. Like I can. Spend, spend, spend. I'm gonna buy a yacht. I'm gonna go to this hotel. I'm gonna stay there forever. Matter of fact, I'm gonna buy the hotel, and then that way I can make more money. Then I can have more money. Then I can go and buy this. And then all my buddies want to go and do this thing, but it costs like $1,000,000 each. That's okay. I'm gonna go and buy all these other places. And I'm gonna go it on a loan, and then I'm gonna pay that too, so that I can pay them back later. It's okay, cause I have money. I get a lot of money. Money, 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 money. I like money, cause money does things. But I'm like, was that ever a root cause of you? Like, was that your own interest, or was that kind of forced upon you because of the circumstances of your survival lifestyle? Like, we all need money to survive. Therefore, it becomes a fixation and an obsession in our entirety of our career, a life, career, whatever. And it's like, well, I've been trained for all these years to want money, so I'm gonna keep on wanting it. I don't care. There's no such thing as too much money. Who knows what's gonna happen next? Healthcare shouldn't be like this whole like huge ass bill. Like you gotta be a millionaire to just be able to live however you want because that like healthcare bill is gonna just destroy you. Like what happens if you have a broken arm and you gotta get that replaced? Then you need like fucking screws in your collarbone or something, and then you gotta have a hip replaced. Or next thing you know, you're becoming a half person, half bionic, and you're just like, I'm living life, and they're like, $20 million. Yeah, all that stuff plus the treatment and everything. Pay us. And I'm like, but then again, there's people on the other end of that. They're like, yo, I dedicate my life to this. I'm doing this. I need to get paid. And I'm like, well, yeah, because you need to get paid for your life, for housing, for insurance, to make sure that you can provide something to raise a family. I'm like, why? Why are we all forced to work? I mean, granted, I want to be that person that wants to just experience life until I die. I want to do things whenever I want. I want to go skydiving this day. Then later that day I want to go go-kart racing. Then I want to go on a flight, go see somewhere cool. Then while I'm there, go for a car race or fly a plane or I don't know, go have a concert. I don't know. I just want to do, like I'm that person that's just like I don't want money to be a problem, nor should it be for anybody. Like if you want to live, live. Period. If you want to dedicate your time to aiding in other people, cool. They'd be like, well, what happens then? Then everything gonna become marginalized, and then people aren't gonna just stay in these areas because no, that's not what I want to do in my life anymore. I'm switching. Okay, shoot. You can't force anybody to do anything. Then be like, well, then we wouldn't have aid for all these people that need help to live. And I'm like, you're there. Shit, you care. There's plenty of people that care. Believe that. There's actually enough people that care than the people that don't really care. The fact that you think that it's a scarcity of people that actually want to help, that's a red flag, bro. Like, for real. Because once everybody's like basic needs are met and everyone's in a good position, you'll see a lot of people open up their heart, because the only reason they kept it closed was because they needed to survive. That they were so deprived and just trauma based, and just they're full of all of this condensed nature, that when they finally have everything, they're like, what do I do now? It's like, well, you've been blessed. You have now the capability to be compassionate towards others and grow your empathy and try and help one another and actually work as a tribe. Because, shoot, we're all existing at this moment in time. Why not help one another? And it's only from the people that came from a scarcity or this entitlement of more that they want to just be greedy and take, but never give anything back. Or give at an expense, but I don't know. I don't really know what my whole point of this video was. It was more along the capitalistic nature of America and how businesses just try to keep going because they need to make money. But why do we need to make these things? I mean, especially stuff that actually damages the planet. Oh, but it benefits society. Oh, it benefits this, but it's destroying the literal home that we all walk on. Like, I work in a factory, but I live on Earth. And the factory I work at literally does no good to the environment at all. Like, I literally feel like I'm dying a little bit every moment that I'm in there. But I need to make money so I can survive. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have a lot of health, like, defects and fucking all sorts of issues because of it. Pretty much gonna be a train wreck. But I need money, so cool. And I feel like that's life for like a lot of people. And then what happens if you get to one of them jobs where it's like your life literally depends on each and every sale, and if you don't sell, then not just you that loses out, can't eat, can't have a place to stay, but literally an entire company. Like, if you don't make this deal, like, so many people are gonna be just poor. Like, poverty, death, literal struggle, because money, because no one has their basic needs just secure. Like, everyone wants safety and security. Safety and security become a baseline and everything's cool. Like, if everyone's fine with just living a modest life, there wouldn't be any problems. I swear, like, if you want to live extra, you can. But, like, say you want to get an apartment in, like, New York City. Bro, it's a grip just to live there. But, like, you have a little RV home or, like, mobile home, something, whatever you want to call it, like, where you own it. Like, you don't have to worry about housing, sleeping, anything like that. Like, you have all your needs met, and you have, what, some type of agriculture. Like, you have, you know, somebody that gonna get your food. So, like, you have everything covered. Okay, cool. So, if you end up moving out of that apartment where you can't afford it any longer, you're still not gonna be dead. Or, like, on the street, or, like, really, really struggling, you know? I don't know, man. I just want to talk money. Mainly because I'm really trying to get an RV. Not gonna lie. Like, this is just me alluding to the fact that I'm trying to get my own thing and not have to pay anybody anything. Just kind of live, because that's all I want to do. I just want to experience life, and then basically, if I get a whole bunch of money or whatever, kind of just want to do what I want to do. Yeah. But they'd be like, well, so many people could use that money. Well, I'm like, shit. A lot of people need money, man. I feel like we shouldn't even need to pay for the shit that I want to do. Like, if you want to learn how to fly a plane, cool, because that's what I want to do. I want to learn how to fly a plane so I can get real high in the sky and feel like gravity. You know, like G-force, Mach energy, whatever that is. I want to feel that, because my entire, like, goal on life right now is just to experience as much feelings as possible. Like, I want to feel. Mainly because I've been, like, numbed and suppressed for a while, but, like, I want to feel. Like, I don't want to complain that it's cold. I just want to know that it's, like, cold. Like, I don't want to die, but how close will I need to get there? Or, like, just sensations of happiness. Like, what does real, like, immense, intense joy feel like? No idea. No clue. Do I know what it feels like to have constant care and affection? No. I mean, I feel like that's just basic needs. So maybe I have that, but I don't really have that feeling of it, you know? Maybe that comes from a lack of gratitude. See? All these feelings that I have no clue about. That's what I want to learn. That's what I want to experience. That's what I want to do when I'm living. I don't want to have to pay just to do the stuff that does not require money. I mean, it's a means in between, like, the middleman of it for me to get this sensation, this feeling, this exposure is like going to racetracks, or it's going up in planes, or it's going deep underwater into the ocean and just seeing these things, or noticing, just like being in space so I can feel anti-gravity and know that I'm like next to planets, G-force, whatever. Like, middlemen. You want to do these things? You gotta get through the middlemen. Like, you want to watch this video? Well, you gotta have like some sort of tablet or computer screen or something just to watch this video, and internet, so that way you can be online to know about YouTube and be able to find my page. Middlemen.